Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to my channel. So today, guys, we are going to dive into how to regain focus in your life. So let me tell you about why is it important to have focus in your life. Without focus, we are just like, imagine the flies, right? You ever seen a flies that try to get out of the window? And they keep on bumping into the window. They can see what is out there, but they can't reach it. So they keep bumping their head into the window, and eventually they stun or they pass out because of those things that they do, right? Keep on hitting the same things, doing the same mistake, not having the real direction that they can really head on and get out from their place. And they are blinded, they are distracted. And most importantly, right, they are not necessarily have the best decision in their life, right? That's why they often fail. So as a human, right, we tend to lose our focus too sometimes because of distraction, because of noises that telling us that we need to doubt ourselves because of what we have experienced in the past. So as a result, we more likely to give in to that feeling. Right? We lose our focus, lose our direction. We are not able to think clearly, just like a fly, bumping into mistake over and over again without knowing that, okay, I can focus now on the things that I can do in order to get me out of this trouble situation, for example. So without the thought that you have to focus, you can decide to focus and zone out on the things that not necessarily benefit you now or even in long run, are going to make you more focused. And what do you get from more focus? You have more mental capacity to make the better decision that can lead you to a better life or lead you out of that trouble that you once faced or now that you are facing. And if the problem is what I mentioned just now, the problem that you have right now is because that you are not focusing enough on how to get out of that situation. And what affects that? What affects that makes you don't focus? Because you are focused on the noise around you that telling you that you couldn't do it, telling you that there's no way you can get out of trouble, like from the past experience or from the place that you grown up with limited belief. Right? No one has done it before, so you have no evidence that, okay, people have done it in your life. You don't see it. Right? When we don't see it, we don't believe it. When we don't believe it, means that we don't do it. And we won't put effort into it because we think that logically we are wasting time to put effort on that. It's easier to give up than to really work on something. Okay, that is a a very common sense things to do. Okay? Common sense means that everyone will choose the easier way, is to give up, is to find evidence that they can't do it and they let go. But that is the main point of not being able to get through the stuff that you want to get through, because of that limited belief that you gain from those things that you see or don't see. Right? So get through that means that you need to be really focused on the result you want. So again, for the things that you do right now, that you put effort on improving right now, are not necessary or 100% will lead you to success. But, sorry about this, I'll fix this. But, in some way, it is going to improve your life because of the things that you do differently, because of the mindset that you have, that you can get out of your current zone by deciding that you can venture into another things in your life. That is changes. That is focus that you need to put on into that things that you want. And you try to improve on. So everything is about focus. So how can we get rid of distraction? So we are often give in to distraction because that we are care or too care about what other people think about us, of what we are doing. Right? That is often the things that trouble us, that are making us uncomfortable and also not confident enough to go on and do the things that we want to do because of fear of judgment, fear of what people may think about us. But and then again, to get through this is the hardest things to do in order to start everything. You have to get rid of what other people may think about you, because at the end of the day, when you die, when we all get old, what people think of us is not really that important anymore. What is important after that is what we think about us. What do we gain from the things that we have done in our life? Are they improving us into where we are right now? Or are we stuck in the past and not being the best self? Right? That is or will be the most important thing when we get older and older. So for the young people that are watching right now, if you think that other people's opinion is important to your life, you are making a big mistake, because it never will or be the important thing that is happening in your life. The most important thing in your life is, do you get better each and every day? Am I getting better each and every day? That is the question that we will ask about ourselves when it comes to an end of our life. That is what I believe. And that is always true from people who interviewing people who are in their older days. They haven't have much time left. Like what they regret about. One of the most important answer that they give is, I am regret because of the things that I didn't do. I didn't live the best life that I want, or I didn't say I love you to that person that they love. Like, because they care about, okay, what if things goes wrong? What if they think about me as a psycho or what? And what if the society thinks that the things that I do is wrong? Or what if the family that I have or the friends that I have think that the thing that I'm doing are stupid? Okay, I care too much about how people think about me. And those are the things that they regret or regretted at the end of their life. It's not like, oh, how he or she think about me, how's my family or friends think about me. Not all that. Not what she think that is important right now. Because as time goes by, as we get older, we kind of let go what we think that is important. Because we figure out the real important stuff that we should be like care about, other than what other people think of us. And another things that I want to share, like the fun fact, is actually no people really care about you. Okay, I've seen a video that they have do this experiment in the public area outside the shopping mall, where by a lot of people walking by, or a lot of people shopping, and then they're walking around, and they scream. Okay, when they scream, ah, like people will turn their head and look at them, and for a few seconds they will tune back to their own world. They are going about their life. They are more focused on themselves than you, or than that person who did the screaming. So this proves that people doesn't care, not as much as you think, other than your family, okay, your best friend or your partner. They don't really care. So why do you care so much of their feeling? Because they will go about their life anyway. They won't think about what you say, what you talk, how you act. Right? They will snap back into their own world within seconds. So how foolish it is that we think that they care about us, they judge us or what. And I want to give another example that maybe you can relate into. This is, if you see most successful people in the world that are very, very successful, they don't care about how others see them when they are passionate doing their things. They don't care, they just zone out. Right? They just being with themselves in their own world on the time that they are doing the things. They filter out everything that is not bringing the growth or necessary growth in the field that they want to focus on, or the product they want to sell. They have strong belief that affects people, okay? They infect people, that they believe in this thing until it becomes true. And they are the person that don't care about how people think about them. Or that is what separates them from other people. Because they are so confident, they are so absorbed into their own world, and they believe in it, and they can see that, okay, I am the one who control of this, my feelings and my investment, especially when it comes to emotional investment in other people's, in your life. When we are too emotionally invested in other people in our life and care about what they think, we often limit ourselves. Okay, why I say limit ourselves? We will be limiting ourselves to growth, to become better, because of the attachment that we have. And it makes us want to live in that small world so that we can be similar, we can be the same with those people in our life. So I'm not saying that having bond with our family is not good, but in some way, okay, it kind of like limit us from what we can have, because of, like, we all grow up in the same environment. As Asian, so as an Asian, right, we are family orientated. We grew up same environment. We can live together for 30, 40 years, or even until the parent is old, in the old time. So in that environment, it's impossible for us to think out of the box. For those of you that are living with your parents right now, or still living with your parents, you know that how hard it is to get out of that comfort zone, that world that your parents or your family has built up around you, that you are so familiar with. And with that world that we live in, it's impossible for us to jump out and see how big the world is. All right? And that comfort sometimes has back effect in our life. So again, when you want to change your life, you have to change your environment, because environment affects everything. Environment makes you stronger. Environment will make you have to do something that is different. When you live outside of your home, imagine the things that you have to do that you don't have to do when you are living with your parents. For example, I'm an Asian, okay? I used to don't need to wash my own clothes, hang my own clothes. But when I get out of my home, when I'm not living with my family anymore, I have to do all that, including preparing my own meal, take care of myself without people have to remind me. So it also makes us independent. We are not dependent on them to remind us for things that we actually need to do. We have to gain those habits by ourselves when we get out from the house, not living with them anymore, for example. And this thing is linked to, like, we care about how they think about us, okay? Especially families. And that make us not growing fast enough, or growing much slower than we need to be growing on for those areas that we want to improve in our life. And again, if you are not in the place that you want to be right now because of the current environment that shapes your reality, you have to move out. You have to do something new. That means that you have to get rid of the fear of judgment from your family. Because at the end of the day, they all want us to be successful. But then, they don't want us to be separated from them. They want to be similar. They want to feel familiar, like a family. But that is a funny things that happen in a family that I find sometimes still trouble me, because I have to separate myself from those limited beliefs and have my own belief and do my own things and believe the things that I believe in that they aren't believe in, they won't believe in. I have to separate that and be myself. I have to care less of what they thought and think about me. And because of that, I can separate those things. I become better. I become more happier in my life. Because I'm not living in the fear of if they judge me or not, if they watch my video or not, if they think that I'm going to be successful or not. It's not my concern anymore. But it is a concern for people that they care about what their family say about them. But they neglected their own possibility, their belief that they should have to be success. They ignore the callings, the goals or the purpose of their life. So don't ignore your callings, don't ignore your purpose anymore because of fear of judgment, fear of this and that never really affects you. Or when it really does affect you, that's what I'm trying to say. Move out of that comfort zone. Even though that it is going to be painful doing that, because you have to take all the responsibility that you have to yourself, like not to rely on other for things that you have been doing. Okay, you have to be responsible for all the things once you move out of your home or your house. And in long term, it is only going to benefit you. You're going to get stronger, more independent, and have your own thoughts or the things that you believe, or slowly but surely you will see that what is your purpose when you becoming more independent. Because all of these things are interrelated to each other. When you have independent, you will start to think about what is going on with you, your life, what you really want, what you really need to have, or what is your purpose will come slowly into your mind, and you want to implement new things, having new experiment that you can do to slowly discover who you really are. But sometimes people may get like intuition really, really fast, what they want in their life, but it depends on people. I believe that we will have our times. Every person in the world has that time. You have your time that you're watching this. And when the time comes that you have to decide to do something or make the decision, you have to make it fast. And why? Because once you delay everything, that you need to decide upon on that time, you delay it, you avoiding it, what it's going to do is only wasting time, because you're not going to avoid the task that you have in your life. It is like what God makes for you to experience, to overcome. That's why you are here. So when we think of that is the things that we need to overcome, we become careless about what is like happening in our environment. We zone out because we know that we need to solve this problem. We need to do this now. And this is my purpose. And only for me. Okay, I only have this thing happen to me alone. This same situation, this story that lead me to the problems, the challenge, or having a huge feeling of like I have a different purpose in my life. This is only happened to me, and it's customized to my need, to the full experience of my life. And once we think about that, we're actually more susceptible to the challenge. We will encourage a challenge. We don't care about what other people may think about us or judge about us, because you are so sure that, okay, I want you guys to be sure that all the things that had happened to you, or all that voice that come up in your mind that you should do something new in your life, you should have some of the hobby or places to go that you must go. It is made for you. That's why you will think about it. If it is not made for you, you're not meant to be thinking those thoughts and having those feelings. It appears to have the reason you have it. So by embracing, by doing it, actually making you happier, because you don't neglect that person. That is you, yourself. And if you know that, you are confident that God has put purpose in your life, it also will be easier for you to accept that, because there's no way to avoid it, right? Alright guys, I want to end this video here. I hope you guys enjoy it, and get the best out of the video. If you like the video, please help me by like and subscribe to my channel so that I can spread the word and the knowledge to people that they want to improve themselves. You can also share with your friends that always fear about people judging them or always thinking too much of what people think about them. Share it with them so that they can see that they don't need to be feared, no need to be afraid of all those things, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, when we die, the only things that matter is what we have achieved. Do we become better or not? Or have we done something or not do something that we have regretted? Right? That's all we care about when we die, or before we die, or when we are reaching that time that we will leave this space. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.